Yeah, born where prayers were bullet holes. Bitch, I bloomed in bloodied soil. I came from fire, stitched in lullabies, where dreams die young and mothers cry dry. Papa wore shadows like a second skin. Mama prayed barefoot, war beneath her grin. My grandpa ran with smoke on his back, hoping safety had a different flag. But the playground wore prison skin, and I was the target they kept shooting in. The teachers' hands were poison lace, wore halos but crawled like snakes. They said shh, but I broke the rule, turned silence to a sonic boom in every school. Now I spit verses like loaded clips, make thunder weep from my busted lips. Got galaxies growing in my veins, each word I drop crack earthquakes and chains. I'm the daughter of two pharaohs, home of a demon's gaze. You ain't never seen a flame like this before. I'm the daughter, I'm the thunder, I'm the whole damn world. Round like cinnamon, sharp like glass, pretty like rage in a blood-stained sash. They call me ghetto, I call them blind, cause gold drips out when I grind my mind. I dance on coals, make ashes sing, turned every bruise in a diamond ring. I'm trauma in heels, power in pearls, sister two storms, mother two worlds. I'm every note into a gospel, yes. Wrap my scars in a power dress, ain't beg for seats, I built the stage. I bled art from a child-sized cage. She ain't your tear-stained past no more. She your prophet, your raw, your law. Every chain they forged, our war is gold. Every shut door now breaks from my hold. You call it tragedy, I call it lore. You call me victim, I'm your fucking uproar. They never thought I'd make it past the gate, but here I am, bitch, blasting through it in gold plates. I scrubbed floors with my baby hands while they threw shade from their daddy's lands. Lunch was rice, no butter, no jam, still came out swinging like goddamn. No silver spoon, just rust and rent. Turned my tears into my rent. Every note put a scar on my name. Now wear that shit like a diamond chain. Born from bones, now borrow wealth. Taught to pray, but I built myself. They got handouts, I got harm, but I twisted every bruise into lucky charm. But task is in, has me bees. You see him talk, we heavy face. Broke a glass and hit my teeth. I'm the fire underneath your feet. Twice as hard, you feel my flame. Now bow the fuck down when you say my name. They had trust funds, I had trust issues. Daddy ghosts, mama stitches. You had tutors, I had trauma. Made my throne at a street corner karma. Missed the prom, but I made the board. My textbook was a landlord's sword. My accent got mocked, my braids got banned. Now run boardrooms, they can't even stand. Then every test they made me take, I passed in pain and heartbreak. No cheat codes, no clean slate. I am the proof that pressure makes fake. I worked twice as hard for half the praise. Twice the scars, twice the soul, twice the pressure, twice the glow.
I was born in a silence after the scream, where the sky cracked open and spilled its dream. They wrapped my cradle in riot smoke, taught me to sing before I could choke. Granny lit candles with trembling hands, told me, child, you gon' light the land. Mama never said she loved my face, but my scars, they carved me into grace. They tried to drown me in a whispered chain, but I rose up loud from the thunder rain. I don't flicker, I erupt in rain, still burning, still breaking every chain. Flare don't fade, nah, she stays lit. Woke from the ashes with a goddamn grit. You wanted my silence, I gave you a hit of thunder, of fire, of every bit. I'm the ghost in the walls of every cage. Flare don't dim, baby, she sets the stage. Ain't you calm? I'm the wildfire under your charm. You threw dirt and prayed I'd choke, but I bloomed in the middle of every smoke. Barefoot on glass with a crown on my head, I kissed the pain, then danced with dread. Blood on my boots, but my rhythm stayed. This fire in my bones, it won't behave. Some girls sparkle, some girls shine. Me, I set the whole sky on fire with my rhyme. You ain't gotta heal to howl at the sky. Just burn like truth, just rise, just cry. She's shining gold. She don't fade. She don't fade. She burns. Flare don't fade. Nah, she stays lit. Woke from the ashes with a goddamn grit. You wanted my silence, I gave you a hit of thunder, of fire, of every bit. I'm the ghost in the walls of every cage. Flare don't dim, baby, she sets the stage. I was born in the silence after the scream, where the sky cracked open and spilled its dream. They wrapped my cradle in riot smoke, taught me to sing before I could choke. Granny lit candles with trembling hands, told me, child, you gon' light the land. Mama never said she loved my face, but my scars, they carved me into grace. They tried to drown me in ain't your echo, ain't your calm. I'm the wildfire under your charm. You threw dirt and prayed I'd choke, but I bloomed in the middle of every smoke. Barefoot on glass with a crown on my head, I kissed the pain, then danced with dread. Blood on my boots, but my rhythm stayed. This fire in my bones, it won't behave. Some girls sparkle, some girls shine. Me, I set the whole sky on fire with my rhyme. Voice so loud it rewrites the script. I'm the storm that the silence made, still burning through your rusted cage. Flare don't flicker, flare don't fold. She rise, she rocks, she's shining gold. She don't fade, she don't fade, she burns. You see a border, I see a birthmark. You see a refugee, I see a fucking monarch. In barbed wire lullabies, tongue-tied to prayer, throat full of cries. Grandpa ran with his pockets on fire, still held me like gold in the mud and mire. Stamped foreign on my skin like shame, but I carved my name through the border flame. Torn passport, still I stand, royal blood with no home. They see exile, I see grace. I wear my wounds like royal lace, silk made from survival thread, draped in crowns of what I bled. I'm refugee royalty, thrown in my stride. Build my empire with tears I never cried. You locked me out, so I kicked the gate. Now my walk make your heaven shake. No flag claim me, no nation name me, but I claim every damn stone that shamed me. I'm not I'm the queen you denied. Refugee royalty, born unclassified. You handed me fear in a language I broke, taught me hate through the schoolyard smoke, but I turned that smoke into sacred sound. Turn your go home to a battleground. I wear my trauma like royal chains, each one forged in a teacher's name. You pushed me low so I learned to float, turned oceans into thrones I rode. I walk like dust, quiet white storms in my hair. No need to hide from border patrols to golden halls. I rise each time your empire falls. I'm refugee royalty, thrown to the wild, raised in flames, dirt I walk like a child. One hand raised, one foot on fate. I'm the anthem that reclaims hate. No throne I build, one from my pain. No crown I wear, fire in the rain. I'm not your token, I'm the whole parade. Refugee royalty, self-made, unafraid. flags never own me. I come from exile, but I rise royalty. I told them I begged them, and they smiled like I was the light. I was 5 too small to fight, but the dark came early and stole the light. He wore a tie, said I was smart, while he tore me open from the start. Told my teacher, told the nun, they closed their eyes, said you're the one. Mama stared through me, cold and flat, as if truth could dress up like that. I held my pain like a sacred scroll, whispered it into the deepest hole. Now every beat, every breath I take shakes the ground like a soul quake. When they didn't believe me, I carved the sound from silence. I shook the underground, turned their doubts into sacred ground. I was screaming while they played blind. Now my voice breaks walls with time. When they didn't believe me, I sang it clear, so loud the whole sky hears. I saw red in the schoolroom walls, blood in the corners of the prayer halls. They tied ribbons over screams so sharp, but I kept singing in the dark. Uncle pulled me from the fire, but flames still dance beneath my choir. I lace each lyric with every scar, every note a shooting star. You didn't see me then, but now you'll feel me. I rise like prophecy in bronze, crack the silence with these When they didn't believe me, I broke the mold. From fear, I forged the loud and bold. Now every silence sings my name, and every beat shakes off the shame. I ain't their victim, I'm their lord. A living truth they can't ignore. When they didn't believe me, I turned divine, built a temple with every lie. They painted heaven pale, but I never saw myself in that frame. Their God never looked like mine. He looked like the men who took from me. God ain't a white man in the sky. He's the thunder in my spine. When I cry, he's the voice in my bones. When I scream, the ghost of every girl they deemed unclean. You baptized my trauma with guilt and shame, but I rose in flames and I kept my name. You can't tell me who to praise, 'cause my God don't fit in your stained glass gaze. tongues, they talk with chains. Their prophets dressed in leather shoes preached peace but walked with blades. They said God was pale and pure, like milk untouched by flame. But my God rose from desert dust and knew more of my name. God ain't a white man in the sky, he's the thunder in my spine. When I cry, he's the voice in my bones. When I scream, the ghost of every girl they deemed unclean. You baptized my trauma with guilt and shame, but I rose in flames and I kept my name. You can't tell me who to praise, 'cause my God don't fit in your stained glass gaze. I don't need no white robe priest to tell me who God loves the least. I saw God in my grandma's hands, washing wounds they'll never understand. I saw God in the bombed out street, in the little kid who gave me half his sweet. I saw God in the rebels cry, not in the man who watched me die. Don't talk to me of scripture if your faith don't make room for my face. If your God only saves the pale, then he ain't God, he's a gate with no grace. God ain't a white man with clean hands, he's the storm behind the rebels stand. He's the fire that they tried to chain, now he dances wild in my name. They made their idols, built their walls, but I pray loud and break them all. I wear my rage like holy silk, 'cause God made me dark, divine and built. God is dust and God is mine. He lives in scars, he sings in time. They name me, but I rename myself. Their words cut deep, but I bled truth from every wound. He touched me when the room was locked, then blamed my skirt, set it short. They wrote whore in hallway stairs, but stayed quiet when he climbed upstairs. I was 13, shame in my veins, wore baggy clothes to hide the stains, but every bruise they tried to hide, I wear now like royal pride. I ain't the whisper in their sin, I'm the drumbeat under skin. Every insult was a spell that I broke when I refused to dwell. They call me slut, but I call You put me in your heart, but cut me from your pain. You love my flavor, but spit my truth away.
Let me guess.
You needed one like me, spice your script with diversity. Yeah, snuck me in to shake the room, but I ain't your costume. Yeah, smiled when I spoke just loud enough, but flinched when I called your power bluff. Said I was fierce, but a bit too raw. You want my pain, not my law. I'm not the box you check for grace. I'm the storm you buried under lace. Your stage is cracked, I build my floor. And baby, I don't need your door. I'm not your token, I'm the spark lit from centuries in the dark. I'm not your trend, I'm the flame burned through every watered down name. You don't get to claim my fire when you don't know my choir. I'm not your color-coded crown, I wear my roots, not and drag me down. I don't need your stage to shine, my rhythm bends space and time. You try to edit my heat to glow, but I'm the sun, baby, I don't show. Put me in your ad, not your board. Quote my pain, then cut the cord. You love me soft till I speak hard, but I play truth like a fucking guard. I am not your prop, your trend, your lens. I'm the fire that never bends. Watch me rise through every stage. I ain't your script, I'm the next page. I'm not your token, I'm your fear, the voice that cracked your chandelier. You dressed me up, tried to erase, now I haunt your polished face. I'm not your spice, I'm the feast, I'm the chorus that slays the priest. You don't get my crown, my egg, my raw. I am truth and I'll give you war. He never read the books they wrote, but he read pain from every note. His hands were maps of sacrifice, lines of grief and love and light. He taught me how to pray in dirt, to fight with grace and heal through hurt. Taught me not to bow or beg, just plant my feet and grow my legs. They don't know what hands like his can hold. They held the world, they made me whole. Her grandpa's hands were tired and torn, but without me when I was born. Built a heaven out of war, held my future behind a door. And now I sing with his old grace. Every note I see his face. Grandpa's hands still hold my soul, though the ground took back his bones. He didn't say much, but when he held my hand, The world outside was falling fast. Bombs shook the ground like thunder crash. I was just a kid with shaking knees. He wrapped me in his coat like a shield from the screams. His hands were cut from working stone, calloused fingers, skin like bone, but they never trembled when I cried. They held me still through every fight. He couldn't stop the war outside, but in his arms I had a sky. While chaos kicked through every wall, his hands refused to let me fall. From Grandpa's hands they held the storm, built a home where I was born. Even when the roof was gone, he made sure my soul stayed strong. Every wrinkle was a map of grace, every scar a resting place. I didn't need a flag or plan, I just needed Grandpa's hands. The day the bomb hit near our street, I saw the flash before my feet. He pushed me down, held me close, shielded me like I mattered most. He took the pain so I could breathe, dragged me out with blood on his sleeve. I didn't know if he would wake, but I never once felt unsafe. He never spoke of what he gave, but every step I take is brave. 'Cause he walked through fire just to see me saved. On Grandpa's hands they held the light in the darkest, deepest night. He made hope out of his hurt, held my heart when it was dirt. He never wore a crown or ring, but he gave me everything. Now I stand where he once ran, 'cause I was raised by Grandpa's hands. And now his hands live in mine. I still hear the blast behind my eyes, a ring that never dies. It lies between the prayer and the scream, between the real and the dream. I was there when it lit the sky, held my breath while Grandma cried. Her hands were still, her dress was red. They dragged me out, but parts stayed dead. The silence came too loud to bear, and every breath felt like a dare. They say I lived, but I don't know where. Can't feel my chest, it burns. Sound stuck where memory churns. close. I wanted silence. No one sees the war inside. How even peace makes me wanna hide. I've trained my lungs to fake control, but truth leaks out in every note I hold. You hear a song, I feel a wound. You hear the beat, I relive the room. If I forget how to breathe tonight, let the melody scream what I can't write. If I collapse, no, I try to rise with lungs stitched shut and war in my eyes. But don't call it fear, it's survival that brought me here. I breathe for every girl still bound, for every silence never found. Turn oxygen into sound, made my trauma break the ground. Hold my breath but I stole back flame. Now every gasp is mine to name. Even breathless, I sing. I still hear the blast behind my eyes, a ring that never dies. It lies between the prayer and the scream, between the real and the dream. I was there when it lit the sky, held my breath while grandma cried. Her hands were still, her dress was red. They dragged me out, but parts stayed dead. I hate that. The silence came too loud to bear, and every breath felt like a dare. They say I lived, but I don't know where. Can't feel my chest, it burns. I'm stuck where memory chokes. I choke on things they said were gone, but baby, they still haunt my soul. Can't scream in the land I'm from, but I turn these lungs to fire. Every gasp, a funeral pyre. They told me come, I heard the sirens. They offered pills, I wanted silence. No one sees the war inside. How even peace makes me wanna hide. I've trained my lungs to fake control, but truth leaks out in every note I hold. You hear a song, I feel a wound. You hear the beat, I relive the room. If I forget how to breathe tonight, let the melody scream what I can't write. If I collapse, no, I tried to rise with lungs stitched shut and war in my eyes. Just feel my chest, it burns. I'm stuck where memory chokes. I choke on things they said were gone, but baby, they still haunt my soul. Can't scream in the land I'm from, but I turn these lungs to fire. Every gasp, a funeral pyre. But don't call it fear, it's survival that brought me here. I breathe for every girl still bound, for every silence never found. So I turned oxygen into sound, made my trauma break the ground. They stole my breath, but I stole back flame. Now every gasp is mine to name. Even breathless. dies, it lies between the prayer and the scream, between the real and the dream. I was there when it lit the sky, held my breath while Grandma cried. Her hands were still, her dress was red. They dragged me out, but parts stayed dead. The silence came too loud to bear, and every breath felt like a dare. They say I live, but I don't know where. Can't feel my chest, it burns. Sound stop when memory churns. I choke on things they said were gone, but baby, they still haunt my song. Breathless in my mother tongue. Can't scream in the land I'm from, but I turn these lungs to fire. Every gasp a funeral pyre. But breathe, I burn, I They told me calm, I heard the sirens. They offered pills, I wanted silence. No one sees the war inside, how even peace makes me wanna hide. I've trained my lungs to fake control, but truth leaks out in every note I hold. You hear a song, I feel a wound. You hear the beat, I relive the room. If I forget how to breathe tonight, let the melody scream what I can't write. If I collapse, no, I try to rise with lungs stitched shut and war in my eyes. Even breathless, I sing.